fight. Look at us, get it up, up, up. Oh my, this is real life. Get knocked down over 7,000 times. Here's your choice, stand up or get up and fight. Look at us, get it up, up, up. This is the moment, this is the time. Come back you later.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 6 in the 2019 NOFSRL Throwback Series, the Craftsman Throwback Series. Only 3 races remain in the season. We're here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the Volunteer 360 laps of action around this half mile of mayhem. It's going to be an interesting race because passing is going to be difficult, and with that, you got Jonathan Rains starting on the pole, 11 points behind our points leader, Jesse Turner, coming into this race, and he also won the last race 2 weeks ago at Watkins Glen. So watch out for Jonathan Rains possibly taking the points lead away from Jesse Turner, who won at Michigan the week before, actually 2 weeks before that. So, got a lot of guys here in this race looking to take the points lead. This is how they line up in the championship coming into this race. Jesse Turner, the points leader, 137 points towards the championship, and that's only with one top 10 this season, that being his win at Michigan. Jonathan Rains is 11 points behind. Johnny Gardner and Derek Hamill both tied, 18 points behind Nicholas Amadeo and Nathan Stapleton. Stapleton, our first winner this season in the Throwback Series, both 22 points behind, coming into tonight's event at the Hers Elimination Series earlier on. And we're also going to have ourselves the Chick-fil-A Cup Series tomorrow night for the Crystal Night race at Bristol. I've already recorded that race, and let me tell you, it was fun. You definitely want to check that one out. And hopefully we get another fun one here tonight. Like I mentioned, Jonathan Rains is starting on the pole position in the number 26. Alongside him, it's Julius Anderson in the number 30, and this is a big one right here. John Arndt going for his 20th career Napa Fan win. He drives the number 60, starting third. That is a prime position to start here at Bristol. He's alongside Trey Bartow in the number 14. Landon Lyons in the 90 alongside Keyshawn Richardson. And then you have yourself Austin Johnson, Alexander Rowe. Alexander Rowe actually won a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race on Saturday, last Saturday I should say. And the 46 of Marty Johnson alongside the 24 of Andrew Ross. The top 10 starting positions for this race. If you're wondering where our points leader Jesse Turner is, he is starting in the 19th position on the inside lane. So we'll have to see if he can close in enough on Jonathan Rains in this race to possibly hold on to that points lead. Of course, you get a bonus point towards the championship if you lead a lap, and another bonus point if you lead the most laps in an event. And we have ourselves 60 of those laps here tonight, so a lot of opportunity for these guys to lead laps, but there's a good chance that somebody could lead every single lap here tonight. And that somebody could be Jonathan Rains. No pit stops in this race, but we will have cautions, and we probably will have some wrecks here tonight. So it's going to be fun. For the Volunteer 360 laps of action, our racing at the world's fastest half mile. In the wall, Jonathan Rains, as John Arndt goes to the inside and takes the lead away. Rains trying to get the run on the outside. Landon Lyons got shuffled. He could not hold the inside through the corner. And how about this for John Arndt? Now, I'm going to allude to John Arndt in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, saying he's yet to win his 20th career race, but I completely forgot about this event, and he got a very, very good starting position for this one, and he is pulled away from Jonathan Rains at the moment. Currently leading the event, Julius Anderson. Right now running in the third position, Landon Lyons. And you have Alexander Rowe trying to get to the inside of Trey Bartow for the 5th position. Keyshawn Richardson is here on the 41. Andrew Ross on the inside as well. It seems like these guys are having a bit of trouble on the inside lane, and they're almost 3 wide off the corner. Richardson trying to get to the inside of Alexander Rowe, and Trey Bartow is going to get to the inside of Bartow and gain a position there. But this could be a very historical race. No driver has ever won 20 races on Napa Fan. John Arndt with the best chance he has ever had to get that 20th career win right here and right now. But we are still early on here in the Volunteer 300 at Bristol in the Craftsman Throwback Series. Jonathan Rains, Julius Anderson, Landon Lyons, and the number 93 machine of Alexander Rowe now inside the top 5. Richardson Ross, Marty Johnson, Nathan Stapleton, now Austin Johnson inside the top 10 as Trey Bartow has fallen to 12th as he's to the outside of Casey Russell. You got Alphabet here in the 23 on the outside of Matt Tuck and Jesse Turner. He's got Fitzwater ahead of him, and you can see Turner right there on the inside lane. He's moving up fairly well, and with Jonathan Rains not in the lead and have yet to lead a lap as well, that number 26 truck. At the moment, Rains is only about 3 points ahead of Turner, so Turner has a very good chance at actually keeping that point lead ahead of Jonathan Rains in this race. The other guys in championship contention, Johnny Garner, Derek Campbell, Nicholas Samadillo, they're all behind Turner at this point. Stapleton's the only one ahead, looking to close in. Back to the race lead. Jonathan Rains trying to hold on here as the yellow has come out. Noah Clifton around, and I don't know where that is. I think that is turn number 1. It is. He's going to go a lap down as he got sent into the outside wall, and our first caution of the night here in the Volunteer 300, and that means that John Arndt's going to have to hold off Jonathan Rains behind him for this restart. Oh, does he have a bit of an issue? I saw him peek down just a little bit there. Looks like he's good to go right here. Gonna make sure he doesn't come down the pit lane just in case. There aren't any pit stops in this race. They're good to go and fuel the entire way through. But Noah Clifton getting sent around. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution here in the Volunteer 300 in the Napa, in the Craftsman Throwback Series. We don't have any series sponsored by Napa anymore, so I don't know why I said that. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Noah Clifton to bring out the first caution here at Bristol. And you see right here what happened. Shane Lake, Edwin Mendez, and they're just 3 wide down the front straightaway. And Clifton got the worst of it as he got sent into the outside wall. A lot of those guys are already deep in the field as it was, but Clifton will remain on the lead lap as all these guys had to let him by here. I know Clifton got around because I saw him at the end of the field. So Noah Clifton did not lose a lap, and I believe we still have all 36 drivers on the lead lap here at Bristol in the Craftsman Throwback Series. Let's go ahead and see what happened on the restart here in the Volunteer 300 at Bristol. Back here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, here for the Crystal Night Race weekend tomorrow night in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It is the Crystal Night Race. Going to be a great one there. Excited to see who gets the race victory. Could be John Arndt tomorrow night. He might get a good run in the race tomorrow. Looking for win number 20 of his career. He might get it here tonight. As he leads the field in the number 60, Jonathan Rains, Julius Anderson, Landon Lyons, Alexander Rowe, the top 5. Everybody still on the lead lap, including Noah Clifton, but he's currently in the 36th position. Green flag back in the air, lap 15 of 60. And Johnner with a very good jump on the restart right there. Nobody getting the advantage on the number 60. How about Jonathan Rains, though? Trying to lead a lap and find a way to gain on Jesse Turner in the points. Turner is currently in the 13th position. So we'll have to see if he can move his way through the field. We got a move right here. Alexander Rowe on Landon Lyons. That is for the 4th position. And Alexander Rowe, fresh off that race victory in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, looking to gain some speed in this truck. Another thing is, too, these guys are looking to get some experience for the Napa Truck Series. My goodness, I changed the sponsor a year ago, and I still call it that. The Turkey Hill Truck Series coming up this fall. I think a lot of these guys know that the style of racing is going to be extremely similar to that, and I know John Arndt especially is going to be in the 05. He's already the defending champion of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, so he's going to be returning to the 05 Flying Aces Racing Team this fall. So this right here is definitely a good setup for that coming season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and he's going to be a threat for the championship over there once again, and he's definitely going to be a threat to win this race. Julius Anderson definitely wants to get a little bit of redemption from what happened to him at North Wilkesboro earlier this season. If you remember that first race we had there, he almost got the race victory, but Stapleton took tires and surpassed him late in the going. He's trying to get around Jonathan Rains right here. A little bit tough to do so. Larry Hagan had come down the pit lane. He had an unfortunate issue, so he is now a lap down in the 86. We'll have to see if he gets in the way of John Arndt. We got a battle right there. Landon Lyons on Keyshawn Richardson. And Lyons is going to move himself back into the 5th position. He got passed by Richardson not too long ago. Marty Johnson's going to follow suit up to the 6th position. To be honest with you, this is a great racetrack. I know there isn't much passing for the race lead, but when they go green flag here, it's actually pretty cool and realistic. And it's Bristol. How can you not love Bristol? You got John Arndt closing in here on Larry Hagan. Of course, Hagan looks to be just about as fast as John Arndt at this point. However, he might be slowing the 60 down just a little bit, and that might allow Jonathan Reigns to close in here. The good thing for John Arndt, at least in the championship, he's going to get a bonus point towards the championship, and the yellow's back out again. Kukulon going around in the 17. Race back to the line. John Arndt's up the racetrack. Here comes Reigns trying to get to the inside. Not going to do it as Larry Hagan overshot the corner right there, as John Arndt has led every lap so far, but Reigns was closing in on him there. A lot happening right here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And it does appear that it was a minor accident that brought out this caution here. You have number 86 lap down, but Kukulon going around in number 17. So John Arndt's led every lap so far after he started in the 3rd position here tonight. We'll have to see if he can hold off Jonathan Reigns for his 20th career Napa fan win. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring up the 2nd caution of the night in the Volunteer 300. Another simple accident. Carter Friesen overshooting turn 2, getting in the Kukulon, who had already hit the outside wall. And in the inside wall went Kukulon in the number 17. That's about it. And right here, things got a little interesting. John Arndt went wide through the corner, and Jonathan Reigns had the opportunity to get to the inside, but did not take it. So, interesting move right there to those guys, but everything looking pretty clean at the moment for majority of the field. It's been a really clean Bristol race, but it's far from over, not even halfway through the Volunteer 300 here in the Craftsman Throwback Series. Let's go ahead and see what happens on the restart here at Bristol. Back here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, we'll restart on lap 30. So 31 laps to go when we cross the line. And John Arndt looking for history here tonight, looking for his 20th career Napa Fan win, looking to become the first driver to win 20 races on Napa Fan. And one of those races was the 500th race we ever did on Napa Fan back in early 2017. It's John Arndt, Jonathan Reigns, Julius Anderson, Landon Lyons, and Marty Johnson. And this time, Arndt did not get a good jump on the restart, but Reigns was unable to get to the inside of him. We'll have to see. There goes Julius Anderson. And that is good news for John Arndt here, because those guys go side by side. It's going to slow him down through the corner. Is Alexander Rowe going to make it 3 wide for that position? No. Anderson to second as Reigns falls back in the 26th. And for the championship now, you got Jesse Turner in 16th. Turner fell back there, but he's back on the inside trying to gain some positions back in the field. And with Reigns on the outside lane right here, that's going to help out Jesse Turner to keep this points lead. But back to the race lead, John Arndt able to pull away in the 60. Julius Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Landon Lyons, and now Marty Johnson inside the top 5. Reigns fell back to 6th. And Jesse Turner is currently 14th. So that's 8 positions, not enough for Reigns to take the points lead away, so Turner will remain the points leader, at least if they finish the way they are currently running. Julius Anderson a little wide. Alexander Rowe's been strong in this race. Watch out for him right there. He's going to get a run to the inside. Matt Tuck! Oh, brother, he almost got in the Austin Johnson. He's going to get in the Sam Adeo, push Sam Adeo up. They're going to be 3 wide right here. Tuck had come down the pit lane. Somehow, I believe Tuck's going to be all right, but he's a lap down here. You got Turner in the middle of all this, our points leader. He's got to be careful. And Alexander Rowe was not able to get around Julius Anderson for that position. Wanted to make sure they didn't wreck there coming off the corner. Alexander Rowe's now wide. Now Landon Lyons looking to get a run on him for the 3rd position. I haven't really talked about Landon Lyons too much on Napa Fan this year. He's in the IndyCar Series, and he'll be in the finale of the Haas IndyCar Series coming up Saturday at noon. And so will a lot of other guys. Nicholas Samadeo and Johnny Gardner with Ian Adams all caught up in a little melee, and our 3rd caution. And now, I don't know if John Arndt's going to get the proper jump this next time around, because Julius Anderson looks pretty strong in the number 30. He was able to get around Jonathan Reigns, who started on the pole. Of course, John Arndt will get an extra bonus point towards the championship for leading the most laps here tonight. But I don't know if he'll get the win. There's Sam Adeo down the pit lane. He was involved with Johnny Gardner and Ian Adams. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the 3rd caution of the night. here at Bristol. And no surprise here, we were seeing this 3-wide back in there. And Turner's going to take a hard hit as well. He actually drove away from him, but Turner's going to have some damage. And Ian Adams, Johnny Gurr, had nowhere to go. Let's go ahead and see that one more time. And you see Sam Adio here. Overshot the corner, got in the Turner, and Ian Adams was right ahead of all that, and he got spun around. It's probably what triggered the caution. And then you have Johnny Gardner right behind Turner and Sam Adio and all that as well. So those guys all involved. Don't think anybody's out of the race yet. But we're going to have to see how this restart goes. John Arndt trying for his 20th career Napa fan win. We'll have to see if he can get it here tonight in the Volunteer 300 at Bristol. Back here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm going to restart on lap 43, so we have under 20 laps to go. John Arndt, the race leader, has led every lap so far, with Julius Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Landon Lyons, and Marty Johnson, the top 5. I think the guy to watch out for here is Julius Anderson. We'll have to see what kind of a jump he gets on the restart. John Arndt trying to pull away here. Anderson not doing too bad. If Arndt slides up, Anderson might get a run. Not going to get it quite yet. It's a pretty early restart for those guys, and that could be the last restart of the race. Anderson does not want Alexander Rowe to try to get to the inside of him here, because Anderson still has a shot here on John Arndt. Trying to work a lower line, get the run through the corner. Marty Johnson on Landon Lyons, and another yellow. Lyons is going to lose a ton of ground, and this time, Fisher G, Larry Hagan, and Shane Lake. And Arndt holding on to the race lead. He's got to be careful as he maneuvers around the cars who were involved in the accident. He's going to have to maneuver another restart here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. So Julius Anderson going to be second on the restart once again. We'll have to see if John Arndt can hold him off. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the 4th caution here at Bristol. And Fisher G was a little edgy right there with Larry Hagan. Got into him off at turn 4, and Shane Lake happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tough break for all those guys, but they were deep in the field anyway. I mean, pretty much the only 2 guys at this point who have a shot at winning, I think, are John Arndt and Julius Anderson. Alexander Rowe has a chance, but he's going to have another caution, I believe. He's going to have a shot at the race victory, unless the front 2 tangle. Just never know. Let's go ahead, get to the restart here in the Volunteer 300 at Bristol. So it's going to be 11 laps to go on the restart. Check in to see if anyone's knocked out. I think Sam Adio might be the only guy out of the race at this point. Him and Fisher G apparently is unable to continue on. But you see back in there Larry Hagan. Hagan's also out. Interesting. Well, either way, it's John Arndt, Julius Anderson, and Alexander Rowe, the top 3 on the restart. Anderson might get it here. I have a feeling he might get the run on John Arndt. Not quite there. But if Arndt goes high again, Anderson's going to be right there to take advantage of it, and Anderson's not letting him get away. 10 laps to go at Bristol. Arndt's up the racetrack. And Rains on Marty Johnson. Got some movement back in there. Rains going to take 4th. Anderson's still right there. But so is Alexander Rowe, and that might be slowing the 30 down just a little bit. Arndt's way up the racetrack. Anderson really gained there. John Arndt going for his 20th career Napa fan win. Julius Anderson wants redemption from the first race of the season. Lap 53 of 60. Anderson trying to get that run. They're going to have to go through another restart. And Turner is also involved in this one. He's had a tough night. Looking like Jonathan Rains will take the points lead away. Zach Winkle there. Thomas Troxel. Zach Winkle as well. I already said Zach Winkle. Johnny Gardner is the other guy. Jesse Turner, who was midway through the field to start this race, has fallen back. Hasn't worked out too well for Turner here tonight. And John Arndt's going to have to do it for a 5th time, holding off Julius Anderson. It'll be the last time, and we're going to have one more restart in this race. Let's see what happened to bring out the 5th, and what will hopefully be the final caution of the night in the Volunteer 300. Zach Winkle overshot the corner, got into Nick Smith, got spun around, and then Nick Smith in the 18 gets in the way of Thomas Troxel and Sebastian Kukulon, and I think they avoided it. Turner and Gardner actually avoided this accident. It was just those guys who got involved. Well, we could see a moment right here. 20th career win for John Arndt, maybe. Maybe. We'll have to see. It's something that Garrett Tenor has been trying to do since November of 2017. He's been at 19 wins since then. John Arndt, like we mentioned, got up to 19 back in early June when he won the Pocono race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Also, prior to that, the week before, won the IROC race at Indianapolis and the Freedom 50 at Indianapolis. So he had 3 wins right on each other within about the span of 2 weeks. The number 60 machine trying to get it done here tonight at Bristol. Julius Anderson's going to be behind him for this restart. Alexander Rowe, Jonathan Rains running in the 4th position. And we saw Turner really deep in the field there. He's 27th, so it's looking pretty good for Jonathan Rains to take the points lead after he won 2 weeks ago at the Watkins Glen International. Currently 4th right now. We'll have to see if he can have anything for Alexander Rowe. And that's what Julius Anderson would want. I think a big reason why Anderson's yet to get to the inside of John Arndt and get that position is because Alexander Rowe has been right behind him pretty much every single time. You have Austin Johnson, great run for the guy who's last in points coming into this race. Casey Russell is there in the number 43. Landon Lyons has fallen back to 8th with Igor Barreto surprisingly in the 9th position, and Keyshawn Richardson in 10th. Lights are still on the pace car. So I would venture to say we're going to have 3 laps. No, lap 57. It's going to be a 2-lap dash to the finish. The lights are still on now. I'd expect the lights to go off next time. And this is a very significant moment. First driver to hit 20 career wins on Napa Fan. We've been doing this since April 1st of 2015. So 4.5 years. Or close to 4.5 years. And we still yet to have a driver claw up to 20 wins. John Arndt won his first race in Season 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. It was the NRLOA 500 at the Spartan Raceway. The only race we ever had there on Napa Fan, by the way. John Arndt won it as a part-time driver. Getting in Season 4 as a full-time driver in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Won the Turkey Hill Series, or should I say Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship last fall. He gained a lot of wins in that last year, and he just gained wins all over the place, as a matter of fact, on Napa Fan. And it's possible win number 20 can come here tonight in the Craftsman Throwback Series. Here we go for the restart. 2 laps to go in the Volunteer 300. John Arndt, Julius Anderson. We're back to racing, and oh boy, Anderson really got a jump there. Will he get to the inside off the corner? He can't corner it, and Arndt stays out front. That's the thing, you just can't get that inside lane to work through that corner right there. That's what the problem's been for these guys in second. White flag for John Arndt. Will he win number 20 of his career? It looks like he will. Anderson slid up, and that's going to seal it. We have waited so long for this moment. John Arndt going to be the first driver in Napa Fan history to win 20 races. John Arndt wins the Volunteer 300 here at Bristol. Never knew it would come in such a race like this. A series no one cares about. But I think John Arndt's going to care about that win right there. He is now solely atop the leaderboard as the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan with 20 career wins on the channel. So many accomplishments out of this driver. Like I mentioned, his Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship last year, won the 500th race on Napa Fan back in 2017. Multiple Chick-fil-A Cup Series race victories and multiple Truck Series victories as well. I think he's also won in the IndyCar Series before, and I think even once in the Turkey Hill Series back in the day. But quite possibly one of the most memorable wins he's going to get is in the Craftsman Throwback Series, because this is the one that's going to put him atop the leaderboard as the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan with 20 career race victories. And he went flag to flag after starting third in this race as well. Nobody was able to get around him. Alexander Rowe, Julius Anderson, Jonathan Rains will take the points lead. Marty Johnson in the top 5. See the guys knocked out of the race back in there. Sam Medio's going to fall out quite a bit in the points, unfortunately. But it's just the way it goes, and you come to Bristol. And how about that for John Arndt? He just broke a record. 20th career Napa Fan win here tonight. First driver in Napa Fan history to win 20 races. Nobody has hit it yet until tonight. And I will mention that in tomorrow's Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, I allude to him still having 19 wins. Well, I forgot about this. And turns out, he won it. So how about that for John Arndt? 20 career wins on Napa Fan, getting it done here tonight at Bristol. A historic moment here. And John Arndt's going to beat Garrett Senor for that right there. I mean, the thing is, Senor's only in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this year. We'll have to see if he can get his 20th career win in these next 5 races, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. John Arndt, however, has 20 wins now. And he is your winner here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Congratulations to John Arndt on his 20th career Napa Fan win. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the point standings here in the Craftsman Throwback Series. Next week, Talladega for these guys. It's going to be a fun one there. About 24 laps, I do believe. And it'll be fun to see who wins this championship. Only 2 races left to go. Talladega and Darlington. And both of those places are wild in their own right. But congratulations to John Arndt on his race victory here at Bristol. His 20th career Napa Fan win. I'm sure he's going to be celebrating here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Congratulations to John Arndt once again, and I will see you guys later.